Here we go.
There's nothing that you can do. Nothing. You can just ignore me when I'm trying to talk to you about my.
On January 9th, 2023, a distressed man arrived at the police station to report a domestic disturbance at his home. He was eager to share his story with law enforcement, seeking assistance with the situation he had experienced.
Hello. Good, how are you? Right. What happened?
So my name is can I start?
Yeah.
My name is Nate. I live in so this morning I have an incident with my wife. I'm in the military. I'm staff sergeant. And I already talked to the MPs and I talked to my leadership, my first line supervisor, about the incident that happened this morning. Mm-hmm. And pretty much my wife and I were going through some disagreements right now, and she was hitting me.
Okay.
I know
in America, I can't hit. So, I went here, okay?
Does he really think that's what he's thinking? He's like, I know in America, this might be one of the few places where a woman hitting a man is unacceptable. Because in my country, they'd be like, you have a real problem, bitch? No? Grab yourself a taco, get the fuck up out of here. Is there a crime you'd like to report? She punched me in my face. And then you better 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 on your ass out that door. Because we got nothing for you. How many women get arrested for domestic in fucking Latin America? Just saying.
No, there's no people being arrested, but the men are called pussies.
Pussies?
Maricón.
Yeah.
Pendejo.
Facts.
What happened?
What happened? Oh, just a pendejo. He got hit by his wife again? Yeah. Maricón. And then that's it. Case closed. Solved.
Oh, those things are bullshit. They'll be lying. We was just talking. Yeah, you was just talking? Yeah, we was just talking, nigga. We was just talking. Fuck is you talking about? We was just talking, right? I was just loud. She be smacking the shit out of you the whole time. You don't hear me talking? Nigga, you don't hear me talking to you?
Yo. Get that flip-flop. That thick-ass flip-flop out of
Yeah,
yo.
I'll tell you how funny this shit is. I was actually talking to a girl. She was Puerto Rican, and she was trying to tell me some shit like, "Oh, I bet you probably hit a girl." And I'm like, "Bitch, why you projecting? Who even says that shit? Why you projecting?" She's like, "I bet you hit it." I'm like, "I ain't touched nobody, but I know your ass has." And I know you did. She said, "No, I haven't." I'm like, "Tell the truth." She's like, "I've never put my hands on a man." It's like, "How many times you slapped an ex?" She's like, "Never." I'm like, "What about the ones who cheat on you?" "Well, they deserved it." I was like, "Oh, okay. Okay. So you were smacking the shit out of him." She's like, "Yeah, well, they shouldn't have done that." I was like, "Did you punch him during that time?" And then she went quiet. I was like, don't even play with me.
Projection.
But anyways, I digress. She didn't even think that shit counted.
No.
Because the other one person supposedly did something bad.
But then again, he just got his dick sucked, so he didn't think that was counting either. That part.
Yeah. In the courtroom, the defendant said that she was thicker than a bowl of oatmeal, and the defendant with handcuffs goes,
"No, that shit is classic."
He had no problem whatsoever hitting on the undercover officer on the audio tape, trying to pick her up and saying, "Girl, you're thicker than a bowl of oatmeal."
Said she was thicker than a bowl of oatmeal. Handcuff.
Thicker than a bowl of oatmeal?
Hey, she had a fat ass, you know what I mean?
She was, though.
I'm here because I have an idea of what I want to do, but I'm kind of like worried about the consequences. So I don't want to kind of lose my career. We started through the weekend. Mm-hmm. She was at the house. She came home yesterday she's in the reserve, so she came home yesterday from South Carolina.
Oh, okay, she military. She said she's from the reserves. Okay. Red flag.
As he spoke with the officer, he revealed that his girlfriend, whom he also referred to as his wife, had physically assaulted him. This was a shocking claim, and the officer listened carefully as the man shared his side of the story. The situation became even more concerning when the man showed the officer video footage on his mobile phone, which he claimed would support his version of the events. The video was difficult to watch, but confirmed the man's claim. The footage showed disturbing moments of the altercation, leaving no doubt about the severity of the situation.
I don't want to mess up her career or right now she's at work and she think that I'm bluffing about it, but I was telling her I'm not gonna keep sponsoring the behavior that you're doing, which is pretty much right now out of social media. She's been talking to other guys, well, be married to me, and the reason why we went to social work before and we've been through it is because while I was deployed, she was cheating on me.
Oh, both of them in the military.
Oh,
they both military.
Oh yeah, there's no hope for these two.
You keep on wondering, oh my God, I'm spending so much money with on earbuds and they're not comfortable and it's so expensive and not the quality. You already know that we have the everyday earbuds by Raycon. You already know that. That's madness. That's why we have March Madness, I guess. And you know what they say about madness? The definition of madness is repeating the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. Yeah, Einstein said that. Actually, he never said that. But it's still crazy that you're still here not getting the perfect earbuds for you. Yeah, the Raycon everyday earbuds. I'm on tour and I'm in my hotel room, as you see. And, you know, I just woke up and I got some work to do, unfortunately. But I want to do that work and be able to be concentrated because there's going to be a lot of noise in the hallway, right? People are going to leave to do whatever they have to do. People are going to be cleaning. I don't want to be bothered. So I got my earbuds with me. This is going to keep me in my bubble. I'm going to be able to work. You already know that they're wonderful. You already know that they're comfortable. You already know that there's noise cancellation feature. And you know that it's a fraction of the price of other earbuds. Yet, you're still here without your earbuds, listening to your music on the public transport while everybody's listening to it. Don't be rude. We don't want to hear your music. Keep it to yourself. But, you know, you can keep it to yourself while being comfortable. And that's why we have the everyday earbuds for you. So go on buyraycon.com/ABBA. And for this March Madness, you're going to be able to save 20% off the best earbuds in the game. 20%. They already have the price of the most expensive earbuds out there. And they do the same job. And you're going to have 20% off of that. That's madness. Click on the link below or go on buyraycon.com/ABBA. Get yourself some earbuds. And get some earbuds for your mama too. Yeah. It's madness that you don't get her no earbuds. Get her some earbuds.
Like 2 military people.
Hey,
There's
man.
no hope?
Hey, man.
There's no hope?
Having lived on a few military bases, military,
there's no hope.
There's very little hope.
What happened?
We'll see. We'll see. I'm just saying, me and all the military guys watching right now go, This looks like something we've seen before, but let's keep watching.
Can you turn it sliders on? So it's bigger? Thank you.
You can't just make it easy? Why does it have to be so difficult? Why does it have to be so difficult? I'm not. It can be easy for everybody. You just want to make my life miserable because you have this persona in your head, thinking that I'm cheating on everybody. And if I am, I'd like to see proof. Because there's nothing. There's nothing. And that's what's funny. I'm not intimidated by you anymore. I'm not scared by you. There's nothing that you can do to intimidate me. Nothing. You think that you can just ignore me when I'm trying to talk to you about my kids? Huh? I'm not afraid of you. I'm sick of you always trying to intimidate me. I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of you.
That's a very weird video for both parties.
Yeah.
For both parties.
I'm not intimidated by you. I'm not scared of you.
Yeah, I don't know.
So what's the history of you being scared? Why her saying that knowing she didn't think she's filmed? Why is that I'm not scared of... The formulation, the phrase is really weird to me.
Yes, but even knowing that, her being physical is still unacceptable.
I'm not saying that, bro.
Yeah. I'm not saying you did.
But
I'm not saying you
did. It is unacceptable.
Yes.
But what happened before?
Yeah.
Because in the report of two people like that, if he was being very physical before and intimidating her, this, in the psychologic of things, is her way of getting back power and showing him, I'm not scared. I'm not saying it's acceptable, but in the psyche of it, that's what it might happen if he was physical with her before. Now, I just want to see more. But it's weird.
She don't look like she afraid of him in any physical sense. And if a man was beating on your ass, I highly doubt you doing all that. In my opinion. If he was really whomping on that booty, ain't no way she about to just start swinging on this motherfucker.
I'm not saying whomping, but that's weird.
It is weird.
And I've seen people being beat and decided, but whatever.
I will say though, I don't care what this whole I'm not afraid of you thing is. If you put your hands on your partner, you in the wrong.
Maybe you're
and I know damn well we would not be having none of this stuff, most of this conversation, if it was a man doing this to him. I'm not scaring you and just shoving the shit out of her and slapping her in her face. We not asking. Well, maybe some people would, but yeah.
You know, she listened to some Eminem before.
Okay.
I'm not afraid.
I hate that song.
Yes.
She's right. My wife. I'm sure she can tell that she's texting me in front of me.
Okay.
And she.
Does she know you're here?
Yeah, because she's seen my location. Well,
Okay.
She followed his ass to the police station.
She got the location.
That is wild. Because she's supposed to be at work.
Hello. Are you Kelly? Yes. Can I talk to you for just a minute? Okay. What's going on with your husband?
I mean, I'm sure you know his side of the story.
Yeah, and I want to get yours. So
yeah, it's probably true.
Okay.
What he said.
What do you think he told me? Like, I'm just trying to get your side, okay?
We've been going through this for 3 years.
Yeah,
It's
it sounds
just
like it's
it hasn't gone this far. I don't know. I'm sure he told you everything. He's really good at building cases against me. He's a very smart man.
Okay, so what from your perspective, what happened?
He knows how to push me past my limits and manipulate me.
What happened?
You know how to push me past my limits, manipulate me. Let's keep listening.
No. You know what that?
Hold on,
Did you hear that?
Hold on. I just want to hear what she said.
No, the accent.
Let me just hear that.
Amber Heard.
Okay, so what?
He knows how to push me past my limits and manipulate me to the point to where I finally break, and then he does stuff like this.
Okay, so I understand what you're saying, like in general, that this is like an ongoing thing. But what about today? How did he do that today?
Trying to threaten that he's going to have full custody of our children.
Okay.
Not say that exactly, but don't worry about it. I got it. The words that he says, I don't even know how to put it in word for word right now.
Okay.
Just repeat what he said.
Hey,
nah,
listen, I've been
y'all,
hearing her yapping.
Weirdo.
I've been hearing her yapping, and she didn't mention nothing about him putting hands on her. Just saying, that's the first thing coming out my fucking mouth. If I get caught on camera pushing my girl, they'd be like, "How dare you push?" I'm like, "Yo, the bitch was slapping me for 5 minutes before. She usually puts her hands on me. I got marks or something." No, it don't look good for you, sis.
They don't.
He sees tiny parts of little stories or little stuff that goes on, and then he makes this story in his mind as if it's true, and it's not. And I don't know how much longer, or I mean, I can't even plead my case.
So he was accusing you of things, right?
Stuff that's not true, and I'm just sick of it.
Yeah. So and then what happened after that? So you guys are arguing.
I'm sure you've seen videos and stuff.
I'm trying to get your perspective because it's not fair for me to only get one side of the story when there are at least two sides to the story.
You guys remember in all this context, all the stuff she's mentioning.
No hitting.
No hitting. So that means that he's accusing her of cheating, and then she thinks it's acceptable to push and slap him and hit him. That's where we're at. And again, if it ain't okay for a man to do it, it's never okay for a woman to do it. I don't think any man's allowed to slap and push and punch a woman because she accused him of cheating. Okay.
I'm taking on my side. I'm sick of, I was for so long a stay-at-home mom, living in his shadow, and I finally just am becoming.
Okay, stay right here for just 1 second, okay? I want to hear what you have to say, but give me 1 minute, okay?
You don't answer the question straightforward. What happened? What happened? And when to the answer to the question, what happened, you answer, you already know. Bitch, what happened? Was the series of unfortunate event that made you follow him to the police station?
Well, if you're listening to what she's saying, you're taking the overall arcing point. It sounds like it's an ongoing issue that's been going on for multiple years. That's what she started with. And it just blew up today. So it's probably hard to say what happened because it's such an accumulation of little things over time that eventually she just flipped the gasket. That's what it sounds like from what I'm gathering. And that makes the most sense. That's what she said, right? She said, it's been happening for years. We've been fighting all this time.
When the police ask you, they want details. Sure. She's being very vague about it. When someone is vague about a situation like that, when it's especially involved with the police, you're still being vague. You're not going precisely. You're not trying to disclose information that will incriminate you.
Right. But if I'm playing the sister's advocate, it's just possible that it's kind of hard in that moment because as a victim of, emotional and psychological abuse within the relationship dynamic, it's possible that it's hard to get the words out. It's when you're traumatized, it's not always easy to answer questions because trauma jumbles up your brain the way you remember things. That's all. It's just something to think about. It's a possibility. Mm-hmm. I just think that, earlier we had two guys up here just lambasting a woman. I just didn't think it was fair. So I think it's important that we show up for the sisterhood and also represent the other side of the coin. You know what I mean? All right. Shall we continue?
We shall.
Okay.
1 minute, okay?
As the woman spoke, she eventually admitted that the argument with the man had started because of issues involving child safety and custody.
Now, he said you have, friends in the area. I'm not kicking you out of your house, just to be clear.
I'm talking to the police officer. Mom, I know. I'm talking to the police officer. He has friends too. We both have friends.
Again, I'm not taking sides.
I know.
But
I don't have anywhere to go.
Okay.
I have family that live on the West Coast in California and Nevada.
So you guys are arguing, okay? And is this how it usually goes? You guys argue, and then it escalates?
No, I mean, we'll argue, but we're quick to get over it. It's just, I mean, I see your prior service. I'm military as well. I'm a reservist. I had my drill weekend. I just graduated the Drill Sergeant Academy in November.
Okay, out of character for 1 second. So she just went through basic and he thinks she's cheating? So let me get this straight. Okay. He goes on deployment, she cheats. That's why they go to therapy or some shit. Comes back, she goes to join the reserves, and now he thinks she's cheating again. Okay. Couple things is possible. Okay, just from personal experience, I don't know which one of these theories is going to happen, but I'm gonna give, this is super anecdotal, okay? When I went to basic, we were 60 in a group, got to be 55 guys, 5 women. Every single one of those women was sleeping with somebody from our platoon or someone else, and I would say almost every single one of them had a partner back home or someone else. So 1. 2, when I went to course training afterwards, and now I was like on a different base, the amount of people with rings, and I would see those rings come off when they go to the, mess hall or
when they go to town.
No.
Pound
in my experience,
town.
They actually mostly cheat with other military members or people who work as contractors on the base itself. So, if she goes to basic and all of a sudden she got a social media presence, if she goes to basic and all of a sudden she come back with a lot of male friends that she she cheating. And the reason why I say that about the social media, why is it that when you join the military and you're surrounded by these dudes, all of a sudden now you got a social media presence? That was one of the weirder things that I saw. But that's just my opinion. Okay, let's keep going.
He doesn't like when I leave because of the history that we have. Right. When I leave from the military. So,
And that's going to be super stressful too.
Yes. I had my drill weekend this weekend, and I stay on FaceTime with him. I share my location. I answer all his calls, all his text messages in the time and manner that he would like. And I was at the gym, and I wasn't answering them fast enough for him. I'm like, he was at a funeral, so I knew that we weren't going to be really talking on the phone anyways. And he's calling, and I answer, and he hangs up, and he's like, check your text messages, and then hangs up again. And I see I wasn't responding to his text messages and answering his questions, which was, are you off for the day? And I said, yes, I am. Everything okay? What's going on? And he's just like, why didn't you answer my text messages? You're leaving me undelivered.
My girl, why are you trying to litigate whether or not you're cheating or not? This is about why y'all were fighting and what happened. Not whether or not you're a cheater or not, because it doesn't matter if it's true or not. If he believes you're cheating and you don't matter. Well, all that matters is that you put your hands on him. Why did that happen? But you notice she's not talking about the incident today?
No. The officer went outside, meet her. Okay? Blah, blah, blah. What happened? She's not really being explicit on what happened. She goes and says, no, right now, ma'am, I am investigating a domestic violence incident. She came from inside, and you didn't tell me yet that you punched someone. So I'm assuming you're the puncher, not the punchee. I don't know if that's a saying or whatever. And you still haven't mentioned that. Remember what I said about she's being vague because she doesn't want to incriminate herself. She don't want to say stuff. That's what she's doing. Yeah. Beat around the bush. If she was a lesbian, she would be having all the bushes.
Well, the real question is, were other soldiers beating up her bush? And the answer is
push in the bush.
And also, to be fair, men are out here cheating too. A lot of the guys I saw in deployments or come back from going to bases was out there cheating. They would go out with the guys, they meet some girls. So listen, the military is just a hotbed for cheating and infidelity. That's a fact, okay? People are going to argue with me. It's true. It just is, and it's normal too. It's not an insane thing. There's a valid reason for why divorce rates in the military are almost double. And it's not just because young people are getting divorced. It's not just because, the reason that people like to generally mention. The truth is this. The military don't recognize you as a couple unless you're married. So a lot of people rush marriage. They're not ready for it, but they have to, or else they're going to be isolated on a base with a girlfriend who lives far away, and the military will pay $0 to help. So right there, you're kind of fucked. Secondly, another reason why it ends up happening is just the environment. You are in an isolated place away from your friends and family with a partner who's gone sometimes for 6 months to a year. And so they're gone for that life. You're lonely. You don't have much support. It's not easy.
And your job is to build affinity, so with your team while you're on the base.
I ain't even talking about necessarily the military people. I'm talking about the people that are left behind. Because their partner just gone for that long.
Yeah, but they build like affinity with their coworkers.
Yeah.
Because I got all this free time now.
I want to feel that.
That what?
I want to feel that. And we get some affinity. Can I feel that? So I'm just saying it's a thing that happens. It's a thing that happens. It is true. A lot of people gonna gaslight you on it. I'm not saying every couple does this. I've seen some people who've managed to make it work for 40 plus odd years. Cool. I've also known some dudes who go on deployment. They say like, hey, what happens in Afghanistan, only the GOAT boys know. So at the end of the day,
The goat boys? Goat boys?
At the end of the
They
day,
been mad.
and they know it's true. Every guy who's in the military gonna reply. He says they know a bunch of fellas who was cheating. They know girls who was cheating. It's what the environment is.
Goat boys
encourages.
is wild, my guy.
Yeah. So, anyways, just wanted to say that in her defense.
Reaches out to every single guy that likes a picture on my social media. What are you doing? What are your intentions with my wife? Why are you guys friends? Tell me. Like, he's crazy.
Yeah.
And so I tell him, if you think that, like, reach out to all these people. At the end of the day, I'm a reservist. That Joe Sergeant Leader is a reservist. He has a lot of connections. Who knows the networking that he and I can do in the future?
Right. So he can't have any
doesn't-
male friends.
He doesn't I cannot have male friends.
All this cheating shit ain't got nothing to do with the domestic violence.
And you know, if we want to talk about the cheating, we can talk about the cheating. Listen, it sounds like you did something bad in the past, and there's been a break in trust. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't, but clearly there's a break in trust, and everything that's happening afterwards is a reflection of that. He's also in the wrong because he's trying to compensate for the fact that he doesn't trust you by being overbearing and contacting all these people. If I'm looking at you fellas, y'all should never be doing this shit. Messaging a bunch of people who are liking her shit, that means you not in control of yourself and that you all kinds of fucked up. You either got to leave the broad or you got to work on your trust related stuff. Because that's one or the other. You can't build trust by contacting everyone around to kind of figure this shit out. And it sounds like he wants to quit, which I think is the right move for both of them. Also, my girl, you sound shady. It sounds like y'all got trust issues, and you knowing that you open some social media, you out here friending a bunch of dudes, you out here encouraging. There's no reason for it. Especially if you didn't have it before basic, you should 100% take that. Like, if I got trust issues with my girl, and we having problems, and the next thing she announced for me is I'm gonna be gone for a year, how is that gonna instill any confidence in our relationship? Imagine if a girl questioning me about my fidelity, I'm like, bitch, I got a 4-week work trip. What's she gonna think? Like, let's keep it a stack here. Like, y'all not serious people.
You could leave the blue hair, bruh.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, man. I might just grow my hair out. Fuck these haircuts, bro. I might have to go back to long hair, don't care.
I'm going to long hair. It's gonna take me a minute.
Oh, you gonna grow it back?
Yeah, I'm gonna grow it back.
Oh, I didn't see that coming. More lore just for you. Let's just keep going.
Just go.
Sorry, my bad.
I was with them every day for 9 weeks straight. I have a right to have them as a friend. If they heart one of my stuff, or if they call me pretty, like, it sucks, but I mean, I'm not saying, okay, let's go on a date, let's like, it's just like, thank you, and then that's it. If they,
Damn, you put your hands on him. Are we there yet?
No, sorry.
You need to respect that I'm married. Don't tell me I'm pretty. He has a problem with it.
Okay. I mean, that sounds exhausting and toxic. And I'm sure it pushes you beyond your limit. Would you say that's accurate?
Of course.
Yeah.
See, that's what I like about cops, man. They be pretending they're your friend, but really they're just trying to get you to incriminate yourself.
Cops.
This bitch here just yapping about all this shit. She's like, I bet it's so hard. And it stresses you out, doesn't it? And don't you just feel like you just want to lash out and get back at the person who's been harming you for this long and just taking away all your freedoms? And she's like, yeah. I was like, great. So you put your hands on him, right? And really what they doing is like, say it, bitch.
It's really this.
Gotcha.
So yeah, it's really hard to.
Gotcha.
It's really,
Gotcha, bitch.
It's really hard to have kids and stuff. It's really. I know. So, you put your hands on him.
Huh? What?
Click.
Yeah, just like oh.
You're going in. They slowly put your hand. They slowly put your hand. So I understand. When they do this shit, I understand.
Just,
I don't know.
Just ask for consent next time.
It's really.
Just ask for my. Oh,
it's really,
I give you permission.
It's really tough. I know.
Oh. Kamala's my safe word.
Oh my god.
You guys watching? Cops, just stop yapping.
And when they say you have the right to remain silent, it's really all right. You can shut the fuck up now. I got everything I need.
What happened in the other times?
He's locked me in my closet. I have that one on video. He's locked me in my closet. And physical. He won't let me leave, so he'll grab me, put me up against the. He tries to confine me into corners and closets.
How does he do that?
By grabbing me, he's strong. He's held me down multiple times.
When did that happen?
It was a while ago.
Okay.
It was like 2020, 2021. I mean, I put my hand on him. I'm sure there's no way out of that. Like, I'm sure he has video. I saw our security camera.
Do you put your hands on him today?
Maybe.
So just answer then.
If it was me, I would have said, listen, I'd have been lying out my teeth. I said, inside the house, he's putting his hands on me where the cameras weren't looking. And he was well aware. And you could have probably gotten away with that one. But because you didn't think of that lie, you fucked.
And said he's going to make sure that I'm so financially, mentally, psychologically paralyzed that I will never be able to overcome our separation because I want to leave.
So you're not cheating, but you also really want to leave. And you're out here having a whole bunch of friendships with a bunch of males. Yeah, okay. Bitch is cheating. But it's okay. I mean, the amount of red flags this girl's exhibiting, call China, because they need it back. Don't wave that shit in Taiwan. They know what it is.
China.
Yeah, that's a red flag.
At the end of the day, he's the winner. And it doesn't even need to be a winner or a loser.
No, it shouldn't be that a win or lose situation. It's not a game, but I know you're saying that's his perspective. So when he...
My girl, if it was a guy that you had on cam, she would have been booked already. The chit chat is great, and I understand, but book her.
No, because right now is the best time to get information out of her before she puts up her guards. You put her in handcuffs, she's gonna probably stop yapping.
I ain't mad at that.
I mean, if the answer is yes, I want to hear the because.
There is no because. It's not right.
Wow. Color me shocked. Color me blue. I didn't see that coming. Hey, at least you recognized it.
He was going to mess up my career. Mess up the guys' careers that follow me in like my Instagram stories and my posts.
Yeah.
And I'm not sexualized or anything on social media.
Right.
I want to see her Instagram.
I'm not going to continue to live in fear of him. I'm not afraid of him. I'm sick of him thinking that I am going to live in fear of him.
God damn. Police, nigga, did you see this shit?
What, the cop on the back?
Police officers ready. Oh, bitch, you about to get booked. I'm just ready to see if something happens. 10:26, we got an emergency, and I jump in your bitch. He ready, look.
I see him in the back.
He's sitting like this. You went.
He been there for a hot minute. He been there for a hot minute.
I'm gonna have you sit down here, okay? Put your phone down. Turn around and put your hands behind your back. Right now you're under arrest for simple battery under the Domestic Violence Act, okay?
The woman was formally charged. She was brought before a court and charged with 2 counts of simple battery in connection with the incident.
Simple battery doesn't sound like she's gonna do any jail time.
No, she's not.
Probably some probation.
Simple battery is like a slap.
Yep.
I was happy because the cop did his job. Okay?
Absolutely.
They supposed to do their job. Not let that one free.
Absolutely. Imagine if they would have let her go just with a warning or some tickets. And then she would have done that shit again. No. You go on probation as a record. Good for them. Thoughts on the whole situation?
The minute she was beating around the bush, I was like...
Nah, it was funny the way it happened, no? She was like, tell me your side of the story. So,
he always
Adam and Eve. Tell me the side of your story. The Big Bang. There were dinosaurs and a meteor. Ice Age. Then the niggas try to take custody of my kids. So, do with that what you will, but I think that's gaslighting and manipulation. The way the Big Bang happened is just not right.
And you know, because it's the Big Bang, he's really smart. It's really smart. He knows how to do stuff.
Okay, so tell me.
But the people were good. You know, they did, you know, there was a Bronze Age.
Tell me what happened today.
After that, there's a Stone Age.
What happened today?
Okay, what happened today was in the Stone Age. That's how we know that humans are intelligent, because they develop tools. That's how you know you can separate, you know, certain beings from, you know, being humans, right? They create tools, and he always uses tools to put me against the wall.
I'm just saying, you know. There are 113 undiscovered species in the deep seas of our oceans. And
how do you know there's 113 if they're not discovered?
Because I've checked them off the list. I think we discovered 4 last year, so there's 113 left.
How do you know how many there's left if they haven't discovered them?
We keep a record. There's a record.
How can you record? Oh my God, is this the lettuce? Wait.
You tell me lettuce don't come from cabbage?
No, it's 2 different things.
Is that the same thing?
Oh my God, dude. Don't do this fucking
hold on.
Don't do this.
Understanding is
don't do this fucking
my understanding.
Don't do this fucking
My understanding. No, this is not even a joke. It's not even a joke. Hold on. Because I actually watched documentaries on this. So they call them undiscovered because they've witnessed them and they think they're a different species. They just haven't had a chance to actually look at them.
Right, but how can you say it's 113 undiscovered species if they're not discovered?
My understanding is that when they dive and they take their stuff deep below, they actually have footage, but they don't actually able to capture everything because it's so tough and there's so much pressure. So they witness them and they jot it down, but they not actually capture, so they can't confirm it. Thus, they're still undiscovered. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, and I made it all up, but it doesn't matter. So
it makes more sense.
Okay,
but no, they're undiscovered still.
And that's how
this is not a game where oh my God, am I gonna have like a new character? Yes, there's a shade in black, but in real life, it doesn't work like that.
I think it's pretty impressive how she dodged all those questions. It was really impressive. It's like, did he ever put his hands on you? He closed the closet.
Yes.
Did he? But he didn't ever get physical with you.
He locked me out.
He held me down. Was it during sex? I loved it. Has he ever slapped you? Yes.
My ass.
It was great.
Amen.
I want a divorce.
Many times.
That's what it feels like when I listen to this girl talk. When did this begin? When time began.
So,
God,
my ancestors,
he saw everything.
They got together.
I only cheat on weekends.
And then eventually,
good dick.
Boom, dick in my mouth. Hey, yo. The dodging was amazing. She's the Matrix.
So he claims that you're cheating. Are you cheating?
Listen.
No. But yes.
But also very much no.
When the kids are asleep or napping.
I'm not really cheating. I'm playing the game.
I'm not cheating if there are no rules. Shout out to her, though. Listen,
she's a good dodger.
I'm glad this thing is going viral. Yeah, I said what I said about military spouses. Look up the numbers, bro. Don't play with me. Don't play with me, guys. Fellas, if you're not in the military, your spouse trying to join, good fucking luck.
That was the sound of her cheeks clapping.
Yes.
Her cheeks were clapping.
And guess what? His fire team partner watching.
God damn.
That's how it be. Bro, I did not know how filthy people could get. Yo, because I was growing up, used to watch like Blue Mountain Hill or Girls Gone Wild, and you would hear about all this stuff that girls do on college campuses.
Yes.
Military's filthier.
Yes.
Military's filthier. It is disgusting, some of the shit I've seen happen. Okay? And also, I'm going to say this. Not all of it is consensual either. There's a lot of stuff that's wrong. A lot of things that wrong. So you ask me, I just wouldn't want my partner involved in that kind of lifestyle. Not because you
talk about initiations?
Personally, I've never seen that.
All right. So passages?
I've never seen that. All I can tell you is there's some very shady people who join the military, and there's a lot of people who do some cheating. Yes, a tale as old as time. So that's all I'll say. Anything else? And again, these are people who are very much in shape, who stay active, who have disposable income, who are in an insulated environment, and who get always regular free time on a regular basis. It's like it's natural. A place like that where you're isolated from everybody, I don't know how you guys think you're not going to cheat.
What you doing, Jimmy? I'm shining my boots. Wanna fuck?
Anything else?
Nah.